With me here is Robin Burgener,
Robin Burgener, yeah.
Burgener from Canada. And yesterday you gave me your card, and I have just seen, okay, 20Q, okay, just another crazy AI startup. And but I took the card. I really wanted to check out what it is, and today I came to know what it is, and I was actually quite impressed because I've used your website
Okay.
long time ago, and I thought that's a very, very cool idea. So can you maybe explain what 20Q is all about?
Well, I mean that's 20Q is the game of 20 questions, but you're playing against a neural network-based artificial intelligence. Yeah, I originally came up with the idea in 1988, and I've been on the internet since 1995. The actual toys, um, the website got turned into a handheld toy,
Okay.
and that was in 2004.
Okay.
So we've uh, the toys have been around for 14 years.
Mhm.
So we're more like a 14-year-old startup.
Okay. Cool. And how is it actually work, new neural network? Is it's a some sort of a language model, I assume?
No.
No? Okay.
um, it's uh, how to. So I mean, the tricky part with the artificial intelligence, or the reason that I use the artificial intelligence, is figuring out what question to ask next.
Okay.
It has a fixed list of questions that it can ask,
Mm-hmm.
but depending on what your answers are, it's trying to narrow down what the possibilities are, and it uses the current possibilities to figure out what question would work best to narrow it down farther.
Okay.
But then, because it's a neural network, you can even, you know, you don't necessarily have to answer the question correctly. You know, just as long as most of your answers are correct, it
Mhm.
will get to where it's trying to get.
Mhm. Okay. Can I play it now? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, let's just see. Oh, yeah, it's right at the
Okay.
beginning of a game.
Okay. I'm ready.
Yeah.
What should I do now?
So you've got yes and no,
Okay.
but then you also have a sometimes button.
Uh-huh.
And if you don't know the answer, there's an unknown button
Okay.
as well.
Maybe I just show this. Okay. So, and then I'm ready. Yes.
So you need to think of something that's, you know, a general object. Like
Okay.
a cat is a good object.
Okay.
You know, my cat Coco is not a good object.
I see. Okay. I have an object, and it asks me whether it's an animal, and I say no. And it's vegetable. No. It's a mineral. No. Other. What other?
Well, I mean, if you think of in the strictest case,
Uh-huh.
20 questions is also known as animal, vegetable, mineral.
Okay.
And animal is anything of the animal kingdom. It's not a specific animal.
Ah,
It's
okay.
so
No,
if you
it's
if
not.
you're thinking of, you know,
Uh-huh.
ground beef is animal.
Okay. I see. I see.
Feathers are animal. You know,
I see. Okay.
bacteria
That's
is
that's
animal.
no. Okay.
But it has to
Uh.
be animal, vegetable, mineral, or we also allow other.
Okay.
Has to
It's
be one of those.
okay. It's another. Okay. And now it asks unknown.
Well, it has, if it's something real,
Okay.
it has to be animal, vegetable, or mineral.
Okay. I was thinking about a candle, to be honest. So maybe I've
That's
confused.
actually mineral.
Ah.
Candles
Okay.
are made out of oil.
I see.
Oil is mineral.
I would say we start over.
So just say no.
Okay.
Oh, no, actually, oh, sorry, old game. There we go. There.
Okay. Okay. Mineral. It's yes.
I think a lot of people probably would say other. I mean, just
Okay.
the general public, but it doesn't matter.
Okay. Is it
It's
usually colorful? Yes. Good. Maybe hard to say. Is it heavy? No. Was it invented? I would say yes.
Yeah.
Can it fit in an envelope? No. Ah, maybe. Depends on the envelope. So you see, is it round? Yes. Mostly, no.
Yeah.
Does it come in a pack? I would say yes. Can you open it? No. Do you use it at work? No. I know, almost. Everything. Question 10. Does it move? No. Is it a common household? I would say yes. Would you give it as a gift? Maybe.
Yeah.
Ah, should have pressed sometimes. No. Does it break if it drops? Sometimes, or maybe no. Do you hold it when you use it? Sometimes. I'm really excited.
Okay.
Can it be painted? You mean, can I paint an image out of it, or can I put paint on it?
That's the problem with the questions, is they're not always, it's not always obvious what the answer is.
But it doesn't matter, no?
It doesn't matter.
I see. I would say...
You can't really paint wax, but you could paint a picture of it.
Yeah, so what to answer? I say no. That thing knows more about me. Can you smell it? Yes. Okay, so 3 questions left. Let's see. Can you eat it? No. Can it be used more than once? Yes. Does it have writing on it? Sometimes. Last question. Does a basketball player use it? I would say no. I'm
Not-
thinking.
Not to play basketball, at least, no.
So. Oh, it's a candle. Oh my god, I'm scared. So, does the thing think or has some sort of, I don't know, consciousness?
It's well, it's a neural network.
Okay.
So, no one question, like, it's using all the answers that you've given it to feeding them into the neural network. And so, like, one answer is not going to change it. When I first started working on this project, there was used to be a program around called Animals,
Mm-hmm.
and it was, people would say, oh, it's artificial intelligence, but it's not. It was actually an example of how to make a tree.
Okay.
Like binary speak,
Mhm.
so you have a node, you have,
Mhm.
if you say yes, you go to this node, if you
Mhm.
say no, you go to this node, and then how to encode that.
Mm.
It's used as an example in C programming for how to structure a program using pointers.
Okay.
And I looked at that and it's like, well, you answer one question wrong, that's it.
Mhm.
It's never going to get the correct answer.
Ah, yeah, it's some sort of decision tree approach.
Decision
and then you
tree,
end up
yeah.
in the wrong branch.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. And so I was writing computer games at the time.
Okay.
And I thought, the neural network is a better way to solve this problem.
Mm-hmm.
And so tried it, and it worked. I started with one question and one target,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's grown organically since then. So, it started out with the animal, vegetable, mineral question,
Mhm.
and the only thing it knew about was a cat.
Okay.
And so then, add, it's like, so you play it again, and, this time you think of a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but every time you added a new a new target to the game, it also asked for a new question.
Okay.
And it slowly built up the library of questions that it had as it built up the library of possible targets.
Okay, so how big is the library of questions and targets at the moment?
Well, the online game it's surprisingly small. It only has about 600 different questions that it can ask.
Okay.
But the number of things it can guess is, for the animal, vegetable, mineral game, it's about 5,000 or 6,000. I'm not sure exactly how many are there. There are other ones, like I've got a music game, which is, can guess almost 20,000 different things.
I see. Okay.
So it really depends on, like the animal, vegetable, mineral game. Most people only think about 100 different things, and then like 90% of the games are for 100 different targets.
Okay.
To get a couple more percent, you have to go to 1,000. And then to get a couple more percent, you have to go to 10,000.
Okay.
So it becomes, to cover everything, it would have to know about millions of things, but you're only talking about a few percent
Okay.
each time
I see.
you go to, every time you have 10 times as many things, you're only talking about a couple percent better.
I see. Okay. Are you recording those trajectories, usages?
It's learning from every game that's played.
Okay.
So every time you play a game, if it does figure out what you're thinking of, or you get to the end, you type it in, as soon as you connect up, then the information from your game gets incorporated into the neural network.
I see. Okay.
This is static. This can't learn.
Okay.
Because the data is highly compressed, and the only way to compress it that much is to have it in ROM. And
have you run some clustering algorithm on top of your user data to see whether there exists some prototypes of different people which are similar?
It's I tend not to look at the players too much.
Okay. Wow.
I mean, I've got 90 million games played on the system. I mean, there's a lot of data there. I probably could do some analysis on it. It's a lot of data to plow through, and that's.
Yeah, but I think we are in modern times now, in scalable systems and scalable neural networks, so it would be interesting.
I do have a small supercomputer that I use for analyzing the neural networks.
I see. Okay.
Because to put it into here, I need to pick the top 1,000 things.
Okay.
And you have to be really careful when you're crunching down the neural network that you don't cut out something that's essential, and picking the right questions to put into this is essential.
Okay.
The question about a basketball player, if you notice, that was right at the end of the game. So it's not a very useful question, and it kind of threw that in at the end. Not really sure why, but it does that.
So what is the footprint of this device? You said it's really like on a level of a C64?
It's a Commodore 64, but it's running a lot slower than that because it's
battery powered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 AAA batteries. And the lifespan of those 2 AAA batteries will last 4 or 5 years.
Whoa, okay.
So, not continuous use, but so it's, I don't know, around 300,000 or 400,000 instructions a second.
Okay,
So,
yeah, that's basically nothing now in modern times.
Yeah, and the amount of RAM that this thing has, I think it's half a K of RAM.
Okay.
And about 80K of ROM. So
Okay.
it's all ROM. Like
Okay.
that's where the neural network is.
Okay.
But in that 80K, there are 250,000 synaptic connections. So
Okay. Because nowadays everybody says you have to have a lot of GPUs for
Yeah.
AI, no?
And that's when I started
Mhm.
this. I didn't have the processing power, so I
Mhm.
had to come up with an algorithm that worked
Okay.
without processing power.
Okay, good. That helped you a lot, no?
And it's like the computers have
Mhm.
gotten faster, but
Mhm.
there's no reason to mess with the algorithm. It works really well
On the device, okay.
on this device.
So
Yeah.
what are your future plans?
Well, we're coming out with a new version of this fall, so should be available in English, French, Italian, German, and Spanish in North America and actually North and South America and Europe. In the past, we've had a lot of success in Australia and New Zealand, so we're going back there. I know that the English versions, there will specifically be a UK English one
Okay.
and a North American English one. But in the short term, that's what we're looking at. I've been developing a new desktop version of the game where you have up to four people, and every person picks a different uh, guest target,
Mm-hmm.
and then the game is allowed to ask one question at a time.
Okay.
And it's really cool because it asks one question, everybody answers it from their point of view. So, I'm thinking of a cat, you're
Mm.
thinking of a carrot, starts out with the animal, vegetable, mineral question. I say animal, you say vegetable.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next one, is it furry? I say, yes, it's furry. You say, no, it's not furry. And it's really cool because at some point during the game, it will start, it says, well, I know you're thinking of a cat. I know you're thinking of a carrot. So there are a couple of ways you can play it. You can either play it as, the person who wins is the person that gets guessed first, or the person who gets guessed
I
last.
see. Okay.
And
So you can try to confuse it, maybe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So where can I buy this and the future things you are creating?
Well, this fall, I know in North America, it'll be available Walmart, Toys R Us, and a lot of, general toy stores. I'm not sure where it'll be available in Europe, but
Okay.
it's
Just Google for 20Q and you should
yeah,
see it, no?
it should be available in most toy stores.
Mm-hmm.
In North America, we're looking at $15. So
Oh, okay.
it's a $15 artificial intelligence.
Cool. That's an ideal present, no? That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I will definitely buy one. Thanks a lot, Robin. And
Thank you.
let's head back to the conference.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Great.